Dear Mr. President, I wish I could be afforded a chance to sit down with you, as I have a few questions. I am neither a politician nor a sellout. It is not my intention to fight your authority. I have no wish to unseat you. I come to you as a citizen, a young Zimbabwe whose future lies in your hands, the very person you promised progress in your campaign. It's been 2 years since I celebrated my graduation from university, yet I have nothing but a piece of paper to show. My mother, a widow, invested in my education as I was her only hope at success. We had been told that education is the key to success, but today I can barely afford to feed myself, let alone take care of the woman who sacrificed so much to attain that education. They all tell me that you changed the lock to my future and that of many Zimbabweans. Dear Mr. President, my mother called me today, says she's not feeling well, but all the clinics are closed, and even if they were open, she can barely afford the consultation fee, let alone the medication. I live in constant fear for her health and only have God to thank for protecting her. Many others like me have lost relatives and friends who could have survived had they received the required treatment. But the hospitals you promised us in your campaigns have all closed down and turned into places where people go and die. Dear Mr. President, Magati says that Emuri was really healthy, but what do I do when the mealie meal costs more than my monthly salary and I can't grow a garden at my place because cities cancel Yatavanama chemicals, so there will be no water. Many Zimbabweans are on BP medication because Upenyum Zimbabwe wakaoma. Doctors say you can only take the pills after MU. What should they do when they can neither afford the medication nor the food? Dear Mr. President, my mother, like many mothers, would like to see her daughter married and play with her kids. But when you have emasculated our countrymen and reduced them to nothing. When they have degrees in their pockets and can't even afford to pay rent for a room in the ghetto. Dear Mr. President, I would want to be a mother someday, and everyone knows there's no one as innocent as a baby, but when the baby has no chance of survival. Tombo Divine 45-degree angles died because they had gone against the law and you had every right to take their lives. But what if the baby's done? By the time a demonstration api, all they want is a chance to live. At least give them a chance. Dear Mr. President, Makati Masoja and Mapurisa and their job is to protect you from citizens who try to fight for their rights. So I humbly come to you and ask, when will you deliver the things you promised us in your campaign? I understand, so we could be oppressed by a black man. Let's go back to Rhodesia. Nguvaya Smith, Sunungura Tega, Kuraram Zimbabwe Kwakurwadza. Ntini wenyu, Mystique.
Wow, thank you for coming to another episode of The Process with Valentine Writes. Today we have Mystique in the studio and she's giving us those personal bars. Although Pamatara Badara one room location, I felt that, man. I felt that. That felt personal to me. That felt personal to me.
It's not just about you. It's most of us. You know, at this age, our parents were married with kids, steady jobs, planning to buy a house or a stand.
Yeah.
But you can't even afford to take it. It's hectic. It's hectic.
If you can't get a Zupco to her place, you need to get a hire and basically
yeah, and we end up looking like someone said this. Upenyum Zimbabwe plan. Like
yeah.
We all had plans, we all have goals, we all have ambitions. You know, like generally, you know, I don't subscribe to this, but honestly, when most people say I want to get married, they envision a man that has direction, a man who can take care of the family, you know, a man that can provide.
Yeah.
But the current situation in this country has emasculated the men. Like their balls literally just got cut off. Like all the Zimbabwe men, I don't know. It's like, I remember Zimbabwe,
but yeah, I feel you. And you know, although let's talk about you. Mm-hmm. What plans did you have? And what plans and what are the frustrations that come with that? For you personally, like what did you envision and want?
It's actually pretty weird because that's what got me to actually write this poem, because I was breaking down about my life and
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
I'm in my mid-20s. I'm unfortunate. I'm fortunate to say that I am technically employed.
That's good.
But still at my age, right? Like, I have I have friends in SA, in other parts of Africa, and they'll be telling you, I'm moving into my first apartment.
Yeah.
I'm saving up for my first car.
Yeah.
I can't even save up for a bed.
Yeah.
A bed. And it's like I knew what I wanted. Did media, I knew I was gonna do like PR communications, at the same time work like in advocacy as well.
Okay.
Be able to make enough money to survive.
Yeah.
And there's also this whole thing, like for me, I think this is some of the parts in the poem are actually personal.
Yeah.
My mom is like a widow, like she's been through the most to get me through school. And kudala babereko would take their kids to up to Form 4, because after Form 4 they know kuti mwana ninga gonna to also carry the burden and make a plan. But at my age, mid-20s, a degree somewhere in my room, I have all of that. But I still sometimes call my mom and say I need money for this.
Yeah. And that's difficult.
Bro, I should be providing for her by now, but she's the one that's still taking care of me, and that's so unfair. I can't even build my own future.
It's interesting that what you're talking about is the context that we are living in. And it's the context that brings about a lot of frustration for a lot of young people. And I think part of it is, I actually want to talk about when you said your friends in South Africa and other parts of Africa. What is your relationship with the country because of the situation that you're in? I don't want to make a leading question, but someone said a statement like, no one stays here by choice. Oh. And I kind of felt that, and I wanted to understand, like, is that a common sentiment? Is that a true sentiment in a way?
Personally, for me, it's also one of the things that make me so angry. Like, even my mom, she's always known this, guys. I love Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
I'm very Zimbabwean. I've listened to people talk about the racism, the oppression, like whatever the discrimination that they go to when they are in different places in different countries. Yeah. And also, I've always believed deep down in my heart, because right now I'm actually working for an organization that pushes activism for LGBTIQ rights. So I believe pushing for minority groups, LGBTIQ people, women in society is my calling, so to say. And I would want to be pushing that while in the place I want change to, while staying in the place I want change to come to. So I've really always had hope, no matter how things got in this country, I had so many opportunities to jump out,
to leave,
but I would be, so I'm I think I can still make a plan. But I'm getting to a point now to Maya Bo, guys.
Sugar.
I can't do this.
I get you.
I can't. So it makes me so angry where you get to a point where you're pushed out of a place you love, out of home, and it's not just from Zimbabwe. I understand, I'll be leaving my mother here.
Yeah. And although, to be fair, sometimes you can take better care of the people that you love when you leave. But I always tell people that I have a misplaced sense of patriotism. Yeah. If you ask me why I stay, I actually have no real reason why. But I'm just committed to say this is where I'm going to stay and this is going to be home. We're going to talk about something that's, if you're comfortable talking about it, if you're comfortable talking about it. But you said that you're advocating for a certain group of people.
Yes.
And so talk to me about that in the context of Zimbabwean Lives Matter.
Yo, guys, oh my god, we're not allowed to be vulgar on this podcast.
You can, this is my podcast. By the way, only listener discretion is advised.
Okay. Yeah, I also apologize nyari from my family, if my mom or my uncle comes to the swag.
Okay.
But guys, I have so much to say about the attempt to exclude LGBTIQ people from hashtag Zimbabwean Life Matter, which was seen through the attack of Lasizwe. So I have so much to say about it, but Tate Licious, the queen herself, managed to summarize this.
Okay.
My Zimbabweans, nyika iri kuondomoka imi muri busy murida kuita city council nema analyst emsuri yevamwe vanhu.
Yeah.
Basically. So all I'm saying is we are at a point in time when we have so much going on. The government is literally killing babies, guys, like babies. You're like, it's like babies. This is like...
There was that story of a doctor who said they'd gone to the hospital and out of eight delivering mothers, only one managed to
baby.
go home with another live baby.
Yeah. And instead of focusing on dealing with that, we want to deal with what people are doing in the privacy of their bedrooms.
Okay. So that is, your view is we need to allow that.
Things. You can have your personal opinion on queer identities and stuff, but right now is really not the time to be throwing out hate.
Okay.
It's not. We have better things to worry about as a nation.
Okay. And then more generally, what does Zim Lives Matter mean to you? Does it mean something to you? Let's start there, because someone asked, like, does Zim Lives matter at all? Okay, Zimbabwean Lives Matter is just so that people don't hashtag the wrong thing. But like, does it mean something to you?
It does a lot to me. Like you know, people. It's so weird. Like other countries, have you ever seen like people from Botswana? Like they're not interested in going to live in other countries, except to just travel. But we're at a point in time where people, the majority of the people, will tell you that staying in Zimbabwe is not by choice. It's because I'm not passport and not marry. I'm failing to get approval and stuff, right? Yeah. This is literally how fucked up this country is right now. People can't stay. People are willing to leave their partners, their kids. But like, you know, families in Zimbabweans have disintegrated. Like kids are growing up, baba are South Africa, moms are UK. It's everyone is all over the place. People are failing to bury their mothers, their parents, because they can't travel from another country.
Yeah. Someone had a story about how they lost both of their parents during this pandemic and they couldn't come and bury them.
Even before, like some people ran away using asylums because of government brutality and continuous harassment of them and their families. And if they lose a relative, they can't come back to bury them, even if flights are there, even if the money is there, because they fear for their life. So there is so much with Zim Lives Matter for me. You know, I've been telling this to people how, for me previously, whatever the government did, I was like, I'm not shocked. When people got killed on August 1st, I'm like, I'm not shocked. It's fine. I was like, I don't have energy to get myself in that nonsense. But for me, what drew the line was the dying babies. This is like a whole fucking generation that we're killing right now.
Yeah. And it's a lot. Here's a question though. I know it's the most terrible segue, because your cause, like you said, when people are dying and when they're dying babies in the hospital, it is something that we need to care about. But do you understand the risk that comes with advocacy? And what is your feeling in terms of the risk that comes with advocacy?
Oh, like I apologized to my family. I'd promised them that I was like, they know I've always been very loud and into politics. But then since I went to varsity, I'd stopped because I promised my family I would not put my life in danger.
Yeah.
But we all have a tipping point. We all have a tipping point. What's the point of living if the life is going to be like this? If my timeline is going to be filled with stories on people losing their wives during childbirth, on people losing their kids, on people being abducted. It's for me. It's not even literally kuti. We don't have this, like the unemployment rate is too high, or there's no money, or people are living in poverty. It's just the killings.
So like at some point when you're alive, you can make a plan. You can you can work within the confines and the constraints.
It's at what point are we willing to just keep on saying good to know? Besides, plus, like I always tell you, people, like I think everyone needs to also understand this, that if you have the opportunity and you have the chance or the privilege, right, to be vocal about a cause and be a forefront activist, do it. But also understand that not everyone can be at the forefront.
That's true.
So I think right now the problem is the majority of the people on the forefront are so focused on trying to bring everyone else to the forefront. We are failing to acknowledge our privilege. I don't have privilege. I could die tomorrow.
Or like,
but whatever. It's not life anyways.
Yeah.
But we have the privilege to be on the forefront, right? And it takes so much courage. Honestly, like I told you, you've seen how people are like, and I'm female worse, like they could be sexual harassment, physical harassment, all of that shit. There's all of that. So it takes some massive ovaries, guys. Not
massive
balls, not balls, massive ovaries to have the courage to be willing to put yourself on the forefront. And I guess
we all have different roles to play.
Yeah,
and like you said, not everyone has to take up that, but maybe on some level we need to understand those that do and also respect them. Which is why I respect you and thank you so much for coming to this podcast and doing that piece that we like so much. And now we are going to ask you to do something else. As someone was saying, women are multifaceted, so we don't necessarily expect it to be political. It might show a different side of you, but we hope that all aspects of it are things that are authentically you, that are real and true to your being, and that you can continue to advocate and speak to things that are close to you, that are impactful to you, and hopefully as well that all your advocacy in all these various forms brings about the result. I was about to use a word, but then I realized that even that word is politicized now. So I would hope that your advocacy brings about the result that you so desire.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you say that. This is also technically like my writing style. I was taught that I write protest poetry, whatever that is.
Okay. That's
but I just write. I write to bring about change or something.
That's the word that I'd avoid saying, but now it's in the podcast.
Oh yeah,
it's okay.
People need to stop politicizing everything. Wow.
Okay, that's fine.
Anyways, I write for those things. So this piece is also going to sound very angry, which is weird because it's entitled "Angry Feminist."
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone said,
oh no, actually it's actually not angry feminist. It's why a feminist so angry.
Why a feminist so angry?
Yes, it's also I am sorry to the government. I'm kidding.
Okay.
But yo,
okay.
Don't kidnap me. I write other stuff too.
Okay, let's hope. I still want you alive, and I still want you here, and I still want you as a guest on my podcast.
My mother has one daughter. She needs Mkwasha. Please don't do this.
Okay. So why are feminists angry?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Okay. Oh my God! Why are feminists so angry? Well, at some point in my life, the question used to bother me. I mean, no one wanted to be labeled as an angry, irrational black woman, right? I would stutter and stammer trying to explain why we were just passionate, not really angry. But today, I'll be honest. After all, poetry is about truth. Why are feminists so angry? Well, I am poor, I am black, and I am fucking woman. So forgive me if it makes me angry that every time I need to pick an outfit, I have to think about where I'm going, who I'm going to be with, who will be there. Is my short skirt going to offend some man? Will I be catcalled because my dress is a bit too tight? Is Copacabana safe in that outfit? I'm angry because my body is not mine. It's okay for some random guy to grab my ass in the club. It is nothing but an artwork meant for the pleasure of men. Much like a car, my body apparently has a mileage. Pleasuring it would be a sin and disrespectful to the men who shall one day pay for the right to own my body. I am angry because sexual harassment in the workplace is as normal as the sun rising from the east. Accepting drinks from a guy means he can demand sexual pleasure. Refusing drinks from the same guy makes me a bitch. My government thinks stealing cows is worse than raping women or minors. It angers me that the only thing I should aspire for is marriage, for I am nothing without a man to give me his name. For being a mother is something that is expected of me. I must humbly submit myself and existence to a man all my life. First as my father's daughter and then as someone's wife. My name means nothing if it cannot be linked to someone with a phallus. My honor is forever tied to the tightness of my vagina, which, like a collectible, must be kept in mint condition, original package intact, waiting for the day it shall be sold to the highest bidder. Most importantly, I am angry because every time I see a man, I wonder if he will be the one to beat me up. I constantly wonder if I would die at the hands of someone's son. I have to always prepare myself for those unsolicited advances and inappropriate touching of my body. The fear of being in a room with more men than women and making sure I position myself near the exit. I am angry because every time I open my eyes, I wonder if today is the day I finally become a statistic. When is it my turn to get rapped to? Is it today, tomorrow, next month, next year? And will they believe me when it does? Yo, I'm done being angry.
All right, thank you. Let's hope a little bit more laughter and joy comes into your life. Thank you for coming, Mystique, on another episode of The Process with Valentine Writes.